Oh, PlanetSide and Renegade. Two very similar games. So they have classes and are combined arms games. Both of them have repair gun, have a spotting mechanic. They have tanks, mammoth tanks, tanks with wheels, ion blasts, and harvester. In both you can fly, and in both the aliens like purple. So I guess at this point is no secret. This video is not about who copied who. Here is a timeline. I don't care who copied who, it's irrelevant at this point. But what I want to discuss, why don't we take some of the things in Renegade that are kinda cool and put them in PlanetSide? And here are some of the ideas. So here we go, let me spawn a hover tank, and it killed me instantly. Yeah. So this is the tank. It's a lot more New Republic looking, boxy, square type of equipment, not the conventional Vanu alien look, I know, but I really like the rocket pods and the two antennas, how they're sticking out. So let's take it for a spin. Can it climb over this? No. Can it climb over that? Also no. Can you climb over these caltrops? Pathetic. See, a Mag Rider would have been way easy past those obstacles. So then why am I even talking about it? Well, I want to show you a trailer. As you can see, the hover tank has a new model, updated model, and look at that. That's what I want to talk about. I know it might sound trivial, might sound silly, especially considering the fact that it's not even out yet. It's an upcoming update. You will not find this in the game right now. Maybe you don't give a crap about physics in video games, but those two tanks don't create lift in the same way, I think. One is pushing air down and the other is just hovering on a magnetic cushion. The takeaway from that would be that the Mag Rider is fine as it is right now, don't change it. This would be a massive buff. I mean, it could still be implemented with a new faction specific tank, and I think each of the factions should get the same treatment. Then the second one would be a stealth tank. I always liked how they drop tanks in this game. I remember as a kid when the airstrip was giving you tanks. So here we have the stealth tank. This would be obviously a TR unlock. TR, you know, because Nod and TR are both red. You cannot argue with that logic. It's a very slow tank. I can hardly think of situations where this would be preferable to Harasser with a rocket pod. A Harasser would also be good for infiltration if you want to go behind enemy tanks and do some shit. But a stealth tank that would be pretty visible from close by, like a lot more visible than a cloaked Sunderer. I think it would be a bit more balanced. But you cannot see it from very far distances, which would help you cover terrain without getting smashed by every single archer and every single vanguard guarding a point. Next up, mobile rocket launch system. This would basically be a mobile glaive. You would not need setup time, but instead of painting a target like with a dart, this one could actually be aimed. Who knows, let the trigonometry nerds out there have fun. It could have a really high skill ceiling. It could have just one mounted weapon like a Sunderer machine gun, but in direct combat it's obviously very underpowered. You would need to position yourself, you need to have good aim. Or the fuck do I know, maybe they could go the complete opposite way and give it a lock system. You would need to lock onto a vehicle. It would be a permanent lock, so you wouldn't need to have a line of sight all the time. Rockets will just home in. And for my last garbage suggestion is the hover tank. This would be like a Colossus tank. It would cost the same, 4 turrets, but instead of a mad cannon, it would be able to spawn in vehicles on the battlefield using Cortium. It would be good for prolonged sieges, but in this game, since you can actually spawn Sunderers and heavy tanks by using the anvil, this would not actually be game breaking at all. I would have a few more, like an ant unlockable laser that would be capable of digging into the ground, so you could make like trenches that would give you cover when approaching a base. But I'm not gonna go into that one. Just let me know if you think those suggestions are good or bad. Give me some feedback.